it. So my daughter was walking the dog and she called me at work and said that she's inside now. The doors are locked and her and the dog are just sitting quietly in the living room. And there was all these like unmarked vehicles and a van, and she's like was scared because she said the cops are here, and I just, I calmed her down and said, okay, good. They're probably here to keep you safe and just stay inside. Don't let anybody in, And then, I called the one neighbor and she went down and looked too, and they were raiding one of the apartments in the complex, and it's just not an ideal place to have your kids and want that around them. And where we're living now is not where I want to spend the rest of my life. I don't want to live like this. So I grew up in northern Minnesota on the Iron Range. We lived up there until I was all the way through 6th grade, and then we moved down to the St. Cloud area. It was right after I had Lucy, so my oldest, and I moved to the cities because my mom moved down there and my mom's side of the family's all down there. And then I went to work with Subway, ended up working my way up to the shift lead, and then ended up having my own store.
But you ended up with your own store?
Yep.
What drives you?
I guess just hard work and the work ethic of that, and doing things like above and beyond more than anything. So they tell you to go wash the pans that they cook breads in, and I was trying to scrub them absolutely clean, and they're like, wow, that's really clean. Like, we never get them that clean. So there's those little things like that. I just did what I normally would do, and I just kind of worked my way up into the shift lead position and then offered my own store. So being a single mom and trying to juggle all of that and take care of 2 kids single-handedly, I just thought I need to further and better myself and better our situation, so I decided to go back to school. Working in a retail thing, it was double time working Thanksgiving and stuff like that. And did hit that point where I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not working these holidays. Like, it's just not worth it. Like, I need to be with them. So now, which is beneficial, is I don't have to now. We get all those holidays off. Just from the start of moving over there, the lack of the repairs, it grew into this mentality of, because it was an income-based place, because you weren't paying everything in rent, that you weren't enough to have properly working items, like the normal stuff. And I just hit that point and I thought, at this point, my toilet's leaking and it hasn't been for a year. I've brought this up numerous times. So finally, I just put in the forms and proper paperwork to get them replaced and brought them to court to do so. It was that bad feeling living like that. Not being able to have a normal working stove or toilet or any of that, and just feeling like less of a person because of it. Part of that is to like coming to acceptance that like you are somebody that is in need of something like that, because in my mind it's like you work hard and you should just be able to do these things on your own and not need that extra help, but it's not always that way. First of all is like the requirements to even get a home loan, like they are so high and hard to obtain, and I've been working really hard to get to that point to be able to do that as well, but even with those credit scores, it's like you need $20,000 down, and even after the COVID, prices of houses have like skyrocketed. It's been a long road, I guess. That was one of the best feelings I had, was when I first volunteered at the first home. I left feeling really good and knowing that I helped somebody else in their home.